We're out here in the beautiful Flint Hills of Kansas, and we have 181 yearlings that they're gathering up behind us. We're going to start steering them up here. We have to move them 12 miles to their summer pasture. So Rex and I, we own Flint Hills Ranching and Ventures, and we brought in several different riders today from several different backgrounds. Some have never moved cattle before. Some of them have moved cattle a few times with us, and all the way down to our 4-year-old little son. So some of our challenges out here is having new riders and never being in this part of the country before and such. It's very rocky, very steep, very hilly terrain, and then the cattle are fresh, and so getting them under control, getting them to slow down, getting them to settle.
It's time to go with United Mosquito and Fly Control's premier fly system for fly control in your barn, providing relief for horses from the stress of fighting flies, and also makes the barn more pleasant for everyone in the barn. Easy, effective, and safe. With United Mosquito and Fly Control, we provide a full service. You as the barn owner don't have to do anything. We go everywhere and take care of everything with our friendly fast service. Call today at 913-558-3814 or email Paul at unitedmosquito.com.
Hi, I'm Kerry Coon. We ride CSI saddle pads. We've been riding them now for a little over 10 years. And what we realized is the construction of that pad with their flex plate, what it does underneath our saddles is by far superior to any other pad on the market. We've tried every pad that man has made, and we've seen the benefits of what these saddle pads can do. So even though we sell saddles, we've realized that our saddles are only as good as the saddle pad that's underneath them. I'm Kerry Coon, and I ride CSI saddle pads.
Hey folks, good to be with you once again. You know, I love the teachings of Jesus, especially when it comes to prayer. Listen to what he says in Matthew chapter 6 and verse 6. He says, when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father in heaven. You know, some translations says to go into your prayer closet. Maybe that's where you do go. Maybe it's your garage, maybe it's the barn, maybe it's your truck. For me, I like to saddle up a horse and just take off and get away from all the static of the world. No phone, no radio, no TV, nobody yakking in my ears. Just me and the Father to talk, and which gives me the ability then to listen. No static going on around me, then I can hear what he's saying to me. So it's our prayer here today at Better Horses that you too have your prayer closet, have that place that you can go just to talk to God. Pour everything out. But at some point we got to quit talking so that we can hear how he responds. Hey, this is Steve Stafford. I am the pastor here at Risen Ranch Cowboy Church in Carthage, Missouri, and a very proud member of the Better Horses family.
My name is Rex Buchman, and we operate the Bayou Ranch, and we had a job of moving 181 steers 12 miles north of here today, and we did it with horses and guests to give them an opportunity to experience the Flint Hills and the cattle ride. A lot of folks think that cattle rides are extinct, but they're not extinct. Cattle don't move from Texas to Kansas anymore to hit the railhead. You know, we don't move cattle hundreds of miles, but we still need to move cattle for short drives like today, 10 or 12 miles, and Oftentimes the most efficient way to move them is with horses. A lot of folks use four-wheelers now, and they get along good with them. We prefer to do it with horses. In my opinion, it's more efficient, and usually you can handle the cattle better. Risk of injury is always a present danger when you're riding a horse. You know, a horse can stumble, he can fall, he can bolt, he can run off with you, he can, you know, cause a lot of damage to you. And then in a cattle drive like we had today, do you remember, these cattle were moving at a high rate of speed, so we didn't have a lot of time to plan our path. So you're running horses over rocks sometimes, and that can be a hazard to the rider. Do we ever have guests that have never driven cattle before? Yes, quite often. Now today was more of a professional's cattle drive. Normally we move our own cattle that are very gentle, and they've been handled with horses a lot. And so we have a lot of control over the situation, so we can take someone that's never been around cattle before and they get along just fine. Today we're moving grass cattle. These cattle come in traditionally from the southeast part of the country. They are put in feedlots, and they get them healthy and get them prepared for a grass gain, and then we take them to grass. So like today's cattle, they probably haven't seen a horse before today, and that is what made today very challenging.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back right after these messages.
How's your production on pasture? Are profits down? Are weight gains down? What are you going to do about it? Do something cost-effective. Do something that will make a difference. To add the first and proven leader in feed-through horn fly control to your cattle rations, ask for it by name, Alticid IGR.
You care about your animals and feeding them the best. And that's where Purina's local Kansas City dealers step in, providing you experience, knowledge, service, and advice. Purina feed dealers are people who believe in community involvement and who believe in you. They have a passion for the feed industry and are committed to helping customers unlock the potential of every animal. If you are looking for a trusted source for your animals, look no further than your local Purina feed dealer, your partner in animal care.
Howdy folks, my name is Matt Jobe. We're recapping a cattle drive that we had today out in the Flint Hills of Kansas. So today we had a cattle drive. We try to do things like they did back in the late 1800s. Not something you can just go purchase at Walmart. Not something they have everywhere. Today we had 11 horse and riders, and mostly quarter horses. We had a few paints. We had a couple Frisian crosses. And a good group of horses. So we bring in anyone that wants to come, Agritourism, and so these folks come in all different walks of life. Some have show horses, some just trail ride, some do a little bit of everything. And so they all come here, and now they become cowboys that are driving cattle. This is a real job that has to get done. And so these folks move the cattle from point A to point B. And even though sometimes we have a big mix of different people with different knowledge and background, the folks today, we had some cattle that did not respect our horses, and the folks today did an outstanding job. They really did. Along with good stockmanship, we prefer to use our horses. We use good horsemanship to provide good stockmanship. Horses have been moving cattle long before we are. You can sure get the cattle at ease. You can sure move them a lot easier, a lot nicer, cover this long distance that we're going to cover. Our trusty steeds here, they take us there. They take care of us. They get us across this mud, get us across this rocks, and a little bit quicker if we need to go get a stray or something. And so couldn't do it without our horses. Yes, so on this particular trip, on our normal drives, and I say normal, nothing's really normal. It's real ranching, it's different. We make a plan and then we go with whatever it is. And so on our normal drive, we spend day one learning, moving cattle, learning about cattle behavior. Then we stay at a bed and breakfast that the ranch owns. Then the next day we drive the cattle from point A to B. That's our normal drive. Since we're under the coronavirus, we've nixed the staying in the bed and breakfast. We don't want folks that close to each other. We don't want them hanging out at night and such. So what we did was we have 2 individual one-day drives. Today we had to move 181 feeder cattle, yearlings. We had to move them. Tomorrow we have a smaller group, much smaller group, about a third, that we have to move from point A to point B. A big part of what we do, and we believe is very important, is we teach them history while they're out here. We teach them why we do this, how they do this. Like today, for instance, we had 11 cowboys and cowgirls. In the late 1800s, they would have had 13 on the drive. 13 would have moved 2,000 head. Why today we only moved 181 with 11 folks. We could each have a job just like you would have, 150 years ago.
Hey Cowboys, if you want to see more Better Horses, check out our website at betterhorses.com.
No matter what discipline of riding you do, training, showing, and everyday stress is hard on your horse's legs. Decra Veterinary Products is a leading lameness company that brought you Osphos. Osphos is a clodronate injection, an intramuscular bisphosphonate to help control the clinical signs of navicular syndrome in horses 4 years and older. Ask your veterinarian if Osphos is right for your horse. Decra Veterinary Products is a proud sponsor of The American.
What do you get when you bring together one of the biggest names in veterinary medicine with one of the most caring and committed teams of horse health experts in the industry? You get a vaccine portfolio known for its quality and safety, a pharmaceutical line you can rely on to help manage pain and support performance. You get the products, programs, and people of Merck Animal Health.
out here in the beautiful Flint Hills of Kansas, and we have 181 yearlings. We have to move them 12 miles to their summer pasture. Horses did everything we asked of them. And out in this country, especially these horses, most of them have never been here. And this is up and down hill. I mean, beautiful hills, but when you go to riding, and especially since they have the burn like they do every spring, you can see all the rocks. And you'll see in the videos and pictures, there's millions and millions of rocks. And they're sharp and they're loose. We had a lot of strays today. You're loping around to get in front of them and stuff, and it's tough. I mean, it's hard, demanding work. The horses did phenomenal. They did a great job. So with the new horse, what I like to do is make sure the cattle move away from my horse. And so if I have a brand new horse that's never seen cattle, I encourage people to get in there and kind of go at the cattle to begin with. Let the cattle move away from you, and then we can begin our day. And it builds up our horse, makes them feel braver.
There's not one breed of horse that is specific to cattle work. There's a lot of different kinds of horses that will work cattle. The gold standard is the quarter horse. He's the one that's bred for the stamina and the heels and the cow savvy. Oh, the scenery it's rolling hills, and you know, today, do you notice how much it looks like a golf green? It just rolls and rolls and rolls. It's actually easy to get lost out there because one hill looks like another. I've heard it compared to the ocean. They said people that like to be on the ocean will like to be in the Flint Hills. I guess it's something to do with the rolling hills.
So out here on the cattle drives, we feel like one of our biggest jobs is to educate people, remind them of our history. So we talk about a lot of history, how they would have done it back in the late 1800s. And we try to utilize some of those same skills, some of those same ways they did it. We utilize those today.
It burns every year along about the 1st of April. And so, like, all the dead grass is gone and everything is just emerald green, you know. And this is the time of year that we live for in the Flint Hills. As far as I know, this is a really unique grassland.
Hey, don't touch that dial. We got more Better Horses TV right after this message from our sponsors.
John Deere is known for quality equipment. This quality has created a perception that John Deere is more expensive than other brands. But high quality doesn't mean high priced. The truth from buyers in our area is customers who have purchased a John Deere compact utility tractor saved more than $2,000. Dare to compare us before buying. You and your wallet will be surprised. Nothing runs as long as a Deere, and we'll prove it with our exclusive 10-year warranty. Visit heritagetractor.com/compare to learn more.
Hi, I'm Randy.
And I'm Paul from PFI.
We would like to personally invite you to stop by PFI, home of Boot Daddies.
PFI is America's Western store, covering over 50,000 square feet.
Over 25,000 boots.
Visit Saddle City with the largest selection of saddles and tack anywhere.
A huge selection of hats at Big Spur Hat Company in PFI Town.
And choose from the best brands of clothing and accessories for the entire family.
PFI, located on Highway 65 at the Battlefield exit in Springfield. And I'm not kidding.
After delivering the cattle to their spring pasture, we sat down for one of Miss Teresa's delicious lunches, which always include my favorite, homemade dessert. Then it was time to ride the 12-mile journey back to camp. We took a quick glance at the cattle enjoying their new grass, and we headed out. We enjoyed the majesty of the Flint Hills. We reflected over all our day's adventures and what we had accomplished. We fantasized how cowboys would have drove their herds over some of these same hills 100 years before us. It had been a glorious day.
Yeah, what we did today is a bucket list adventure.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back right after these messages.
It's time to go with United Mosquito and Fly Control's premier fly system for fly control in your barn, providing relief for horses from the stress of fighting flies, and also makes the barn more pleasant for everyone in the barn. Easy, effective, and safe. With United Mosquito and Fly Control, we provide a full service. You as the barn owner don't have to do anything. We go everywhere and take care of everything with our friendly fast service. Call today at 913-558-3814 or email Paul at unitedmosquito.com.
How's your production on pasture? Are profits down? Are weight gains down? What are you going to do about it? Do something cost effective. Do something that will make a difference. To add the first and proven leader in feed-through horn fly control to your cattle rations, ask for it by name, Alticid IGR.
Hi, I'm Donna. This is Ringo. We're with CSI Saddle Pads. I'd like to invite you to ride our new revolutionary FlexPlate saddle pad. We offer a 30-day money-back, ride it, get it dirty guarantee. And the best part of the pad is it's 100% American-made with American parts by American hands.
I've been using CSI pads for 16 years. And there's a reason behind that. It is a total performance system for me. I just can't say enough about them.
For more information, go to csipads.com.
Hi, I'm Al Dunning. Here at my Almost Ranch, our focus is training horses. But for our horses to perform well, they got to feel well. We've chosen Purina Ultium as our #1 feed. Purina Ultium with gastric care is one of the best feeds on the market, bar none. We also supplement our horses with Outlast for gastric care protection from ulcers. Some of you will have gastric problems and not even know it, but your horses will perform a whole lot better with that. Another part of our feeding program is Purina Super Sport. It's an amino acid supplement for muscle recovery. Because of our intense training, we need that to have those horses recover so they feel well and strong. Purina does a lot of research to come up with this formula, but definitely this is horse approved.
Hey, thank you for watching Better Horses. If you've missed any of our shows, check us out at betterhorses.com where you can see all our episodes.
You want more Better Horses? Check our podcast out by typing in Better Horses.
And don't forget our newspaper coming out 5 times a year, also on the same website.
You're going to love it.